What is up, wrestling world? It's your boy Heel Steven. I am back with a new video. What I'm going to do here is give you guys my review of Ring of Honor SuperCard of Honor 9. This event took place last week as part of the WrestleMania weekend in California. And overall, I thought the show was very enjoyable. It was easy to sit through. However, if there's a critique I can give the show, is the fact that, when you think about it, right? This took place in California, part of WrestleMania weekend. When you think of WrestleMania weekend, you think of it as arguably the biggest weekend in the world of pro wrestling. And you want to go all out on these shows. And what I mean with that is that this show should have been on iPay-per-view, or if not on pay-per-view, is that not put on video on demand like I watched it today. Because when I watched the video on demand, it felt like a house show or live event that they normally have in Chattanooga or in Dearborn or Wisconsin, something like that. And you had the commentary being, done days after, and it felt very tacky, but that's just me. But overall though, the show itself was very enjoyable, easy to sit through, like I said, something you guys should go check out for yourself. The show kicked off with Mark Briscoe versus ACH in a singles match. Overall, it was a fun match to kick off the show. The crowd was into this. It was back and forth action. Even though Mark Briscoe won, I personally felt that ACH should have got the win here. Put a young guy over, if you get what I'm saying. You had Michael Elgin versus Frankie Kazarian in a singles match as well. This was an okay match. It didn't go that long either. But one thing about this match, I'll say that it was pretty much booked just to give Michael Elgin a lot of heel heat. Because at the end of the match, he attacked Kaz. And then Daniels came out and he got attacked by Michael Elgin as well. So pretty much what you did here is you got Michael Elgin attacking both members of the Addiction. And again, just giving him massive heel heat here. You had a 6-man mayhem match. Matt Sydal versus Moose versus Tommaso Ciampa versus Caprice Coleman versus Cedric Alexander, and the return of Andrew Everett. And overall, I thought this was a very fun match. Again, just back and forth, spot fest. The crowd was going apeshit for this. And at the end, Matt Sydal got the win. But what I kind of enjoyed here most of all as well was the fact that we're seeing the development of a heel Cedric Alexander. Here's a guy, Cedric Alexander, who's had numerous high-profile matches in Ring of Honor, and he's come short, and he's getting frustrated. So somewhere down the line, I can see someone like Cedric Alexander being a future Ring of Honor World Champion, but even that as a heel. But then again, only time will tell. Then you had BJ Whitmer versus Jimmy Jacobs. Jimmy Jacobs' final match in Ring of Honor, as you all know. Jimmy Jacobs is going to WWE to work with the WWE creative. And overall, this match, it was a fun match as well. The crowd was into this too. It was back and forth action. At the end, it was all said and done. You had Lacey coming back, and it had a good felt moment. The farewell of Jimmy Jacobs, him being in the ring with Lacey and all of that. And then you had Roderick Strong versus Christopher Daniels. This match, it didn't go long, but for what it was enjoyable. The crowd seemed into it. It was back and forth, and Roddy got the win. I do feel though that Roderick Strong is going to be the third guy in Ring of Honor to be a 2-time world champion, if you ask me. But then again, only time will tell, right? Then you had Red Dragon, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly versus the Kingdom's Michael Bennett and Matt Taven. Overall, this match, I'll say this about it. It felt very comedic at first. The crowd seemed into it too. It picked up at the end. Members of the KRD tried to come out to interfere to no avail. And at the end of it, was all said and done, Red Dragon retained here. And then you had the co-main event, Jay Lethal versus Jushin Thunder Liger for the television championship. This was a fun match. It went long. Thunder Liger, for his age, at 50 plus, he's still going at it, which is amazing. Again, just an amazing match. Lethal had a good performance. So did Liger. At the end of it, Lethal retained his championship. Then you had the main event, Jay Briscoe versus Samoa Joe for the world title. This was another fun match. Went back and forth. The crowd was into this. A lot of good spot, a lot of good sequences. And at the end of it, was all said and done. Jay Briscoe finally got the win. He finally beat Samoa Joe. And again, at the end of it, you had Samoa Joe and Jay Briscoe celebrating in the ring. Overall, a very enjoyable show. Go out, watch it. However, like I said, I just wish this show could have been on iPay-per-view or pay-per-view, because again, it's WrestleMania weekend, being that it's one of the biggest weekends in pro wrestling and all that. I'm just saying, okay? That's pretty much wraps up the review. But before I go, I want to announce, as you all may know, I officially launched a store on Spreadshirt.com. I have a link down below to my Heel Steven store down below in the description. I have 3 shirts up on the store. Go check them out. Buy a t-shirt. It would really be awesome if you did. There'll be more designs that come up as the weeks progress. I do promise that. Down below in the description, link to the Heel Steven store. Go buy a shirt now. So all I want to say in this video, guys, drop me a comment down below with your thoughts on SuperCard of Honor 9. Did you enjoy it or not? You can follow me on Twitter at Heel Steven. Hit this video with a like. And as always, hate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, I'm Heel Steven, and I'll catch you all later in the next video. I'm out, guys. Peace.